Hello everyone, welcome to Hobby Talk English Practice. I'm Liam, and today we're going to talk about hobbies and free time activities in simple English.
Hi there, I'm Emma. We designed this podcast especially for beginners learning English. We'll speak slowly and use simple words.
That's right, Emma. Today we'll talk about different hobbies and what we like to do in our free time.
We'll cover sports, reading, music, and many other fun activities. Are you ready to start, Liam?
Yes, I am. Let's begin by talking about sports and physical activities. Emma, do you like sports?
Yes, I do. I really enjoy sports. I play tennis every Saturday morning. What about you, Liam?
I like sports too. I play football twice a week with my friends. I also go running in the park.
Let's explain some useful phrases. When we say, I play tennis, or I play football, we use the verb play for many sports with balls.
That's right. For activities like running, swimming, or cycling, we use the verb go. For example, I go running or I go swimming.
Now, listeners, it's your turn. Pause the podcast and try to say, I play and name a sport you like, or say, I go and name an activity.
Great. Let's continue. Emma, how often do you play tennis?
I play tennis once a week. Once a week means one time every week.
And I play football twice a week. Twice a week means 2 times every week.
We can also say, I play tennis every Saturday, or I go running 3 times a week.
Listeners, now try to say how often you do your favorite sport or activity. You can use once a week, twice a week, every day, or on weekends.
Let's move on to our next topic, reading and cultural activities. Liam, do you like reading?
Yes, I do. I enjoy reading books in my free time. I like adventure stories and comic books. What about you, Emma?
I love reading too. I read novels and magazines. I usually read before I go to sleep.
Let's teach our listeners some useful phrases about reading. We can say, I like reading books, or I enjoy reading magazines.
We can also talk about the types of books we read. For example, I like adventure stories, or I enjoy science fiction books.
And we can say when we read. I read in the evening, or I read before I go to sleep.
Listeners, now it's your turn. Try to make a sentence about reading. What do you like to read? When do you usually read?
Emma, do you enjoy other cultural activities besides reading?
Yes, I do. I often go to the cinema to watch movies. I also visit museums sometimes.
That sounds interesting. I like going to concerts. I love listening to live music.
Notice that we say, I go to the cinema, or I go to museums using go to the or go to before the place.
Yes, and we can say, I visit museums or I watch movies to describe these activities.
Listeners, can you name a cultural activity you enjoy? Try saying, I like going to, or I enjoy visiting.
Let's move on to music, which is another popular hobby. Emma, do you like music?
Yes, I love music. I listen to music every day. I like pop music and jazz. What about you, Liam?
I enjoy music too. I listen to rock music and classical music. I also play the guitar.
Notice that we say, I listen to music using the preposition to after listen.
And we can say, I play, followed by the musical instrument. I play the guitar, I play the piano, or I play the drums.
Listeners, it's your turn again. Do you like music? What kind of music do you listen to? Do you play any musical instruments?
Now let's talk about travel and outdoor activities. Emma, do you like traveling?
Yes, I love traveling. I visit new places during my holidays. Last summer, I went to the beach.
I enjoy traveling too. I went to the mountains last year. I like hiking and taking photos of nature.
Let's look at some useful phrases. We say, I go to the beach or I go to the mountains using go to the.
We can also say, I visit new places or I traveled to Spain when talking about our trips.
For outdoor activities, we often use go. I go hiking, I go camping, or I go fishing.
Listeners, now try to say where you like to go on holiday and what outdoor activities you enjoy.
Liam, what do you like to do on the weekends?
On weekends, I usually meet my friends. We go to cafes or play sports together. Sometimes I just relax at home and watch TV. What about you, Emma?
On Saturdays, I often go shopping or visit my family. On Sundays, I like to relax, cook something nice, and prepare for the new week.
Notice that we use on with days. On Saturdays, on Sundays, or on weekends.
And we use the present simple tense to talk about our regular activities, like I meet, I go, I visit, I cook.
Listeners, what do you do on weekends? Try to make a few sentences using on Saturdays, I, or on Sundays, I.
Now let's discuss indoor hobbies, things we do inside our homes. Liam, what indoor activities do you enjoy?
I like cooking and baking bread. I also enjoy playing video games and building models. How about you, Emma?
I love drawing and painting. I also collect postcards from different cities. Sometimes I do puzzles or play board games with my family.
We can use these phrases to talk about indoor hobbies. I like cooking, I enjoy drawing, or I love playing board games.
For collections, we say, I collect stamps or I collect postcards.
Listeners, what indoor activities do you enjoy? Do you have any collections? Try to make a sentence about your indoor hobbies.
Finally, let's talk about relaxing activities. Liam, what do you do to relax?
To relax, I listen to music or take long walks. I also like watching movies. What about you, Emma?
I like taking hot baths and reading books. I also practice yoga and meditation to relax my mind.
Notice that we can say to relax to explain why we do something.
And we can use these phrases, I find it relaxing, it helps me relax, or it's a good way to relax.
Listeners, what do you do to relax? Try making a sentence using to relax, I, or I find it relaxing when I. Great job, everyone! Now you know many useful phrases to talk about hobbies and free time activities in English.
For more practice, try having a simple conversation with a friend about your hobbies. You can also write down 5 sentences about your free time activities using the phrases we learned today.
Remember, learning English takes time and practice. Don't worry about making mistakes. The important thing is to keep trying.
Thank you for listening to Hobby Talk English Practice. We hope you enjoyed our podcast and learned something new.
We'll be back next time with more simple English conversations. Until then, keep practicing your English.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. See you next time.